Bon après-midi, bienvenue à la classe aujourd'hui. Today, we are going to look at something which is very important in describing objects, people, situations, that is, adjectives or les adjectifs. Adjectives. Now, one interesting thing about the French adjectives is, of course, that apart from the fact that adjectives are they take masculine and feminine forms, unlike in English. So if I say beautiful flower in English, the adjective beautiful is just that. Okay, it does not have a masculine or feminine form. But in French, we have an adjective. Adjectives have masculine and feminine forms, which are different sometimes from one another, and there are also plural forms. Okay, so if I look at a certain adjective, then I will have to have the masculine, feminine, and plural forms. I'll have to know all three of that particular adjective. Let's say uh, I use the adjective old, for example. Old. Okay. Mm, what is old in French? Now, another thing about the adjectives is that most of the time, adjectives are placed after the nouns. Okay, so like this. So let's say that I'm talking about an old book. So what is book in French? And is it masculine or feminine? Book. What is book in French? And is it masculine or is it feminine? Yes, who will tell me? Nilanjana, can you tell me whether book is masculine or feminine? And what is it in French? What's it called? Somebody tell me. Anusia, Shovik?
Masculine.
Yes,
Masculine.
yes, it's masculine. And what's it called? Yes, good, Shovik. Tell me what it's called as well.
Livre.
Right, correct. Absolutely correct. So you can say un livre, a book, un livre. Okay. Now, that's the way that we refer to the book. Fine. Now, suppose I'm going to use the adjective old. Now, I will have to put it after the noun. Okay. So, because this is masculine, I will use the masculine form of the adjective, which is ancien. Un livre ancien, which means an old book. Now, don't think it means ancient from the way that it looks. No, it means old, just that. Un livre ancien, an old book. But suppose I am referring to a car. Is car masculine or feminine? Car? Yes. Car is masculine or feminine? Neha, can you tell me whether car is masculine or feminine and what is car in French? Showmin, can you tell me? Or Shudipa or Shoham? Okay, Nilanjana is able to tell me. Okay, Anusuya also. That is feminine. Okay, let's say we can say that it is une voiture. Une voiture. That is a car. Okay. Now this because this is feminine, I cannot write ancien over there. Okay. What will I write? I will have to write une voiture ancienne. That is an old car. Okay, so if it's an old car, then I have to say une voiture ancienne. But if it's an old book, I can say un livre ancien. Okay, and suppose um, uh, it is plural. Okay, so let's say that I'm talking about something which is in plural, and I need to refer to the adjective over there. Then how will I write? So let's say uh, if it is old cars, okay, then une no, sorry, des voitures anciennes, des voitures anciennes, ANCIE and then ES. Okay, that's the plural form. And if it is the masculine, then I have to say des livres anciens, just S over there, and then ES for the plural. Okay, so uh, what about flowers? Mm, okay, mm, let's take something masculine. Beautiful. Okay, this is the adjective that we are going to use. Hmm. So, can you suggest to me some object which I can call beautiful, which is masculine? Suggest to me the name of any object in French which I will describe as beautiful, which is masculine. A masculine object. Rose. Okay. Uh, okay, if you just call it a flower. So, so flower is what? Masculine or feminine? Trees. Okay. Niranjana is suggesting trees. Okay, fine. Trees is plural, but okay. So, okay, we can use it for the plural. Beautiful trees. Okay. Let's see. Since you have suggested trees, I will give the plural form. Des arbres. Okay. Des arbres is trees. Okay, in plural. Now, what is the what is the word for beautiful in masculine and feminine? Okay, um, it will be beau for masculine and belle for feminine. Okay, so I can say, for example, une belle femme, a beautiful woman. Okay, or uh, uh, what will I call beautiful, which is masculine? Mm, Okay, let's say a beautiful boat. Okay, our bateau. Oh, doesn't sound very good, but sorry, it is not a good expression. I have to think of something else. Okay, in Belfem is fine. Okay, Um, okay. These are, so if we talk about the plural one, I will use some other word for masculine, beautiful. It's not coming to my mind just now. Suppose I'm talking about trees, the beautiful trees, then I have to say these arbres pose, okay, to indicate the plural. Okay, and if I write bell, then plural for that would be bell, BLLES. Okay, let us now watch two videos. One of them is about the adjectives, certainly. So there are many different kinds of adjectives talked about. And the second one is about, again, this is very important, about where we are going to place the adjective or the placing of the adjective after the noun. And in some cases, it is placed before the noun also. So let us explore these and watch these videos. Okay. Okay, let us watch this one first. The placing of the adjectives before or after the noun.
After the noun. For example, if you wanted to say the black cat, we would say the cat black. In French come after the noun. For example, if you wanted to say the black cat, we would say the cat black. The cat black. However, sometimes you have adjectives that come before the noun in French. So today I'm going to teach you a little trick that is going to help you know when to use these adjectives before the noun. Okay, today's objective is quite simple: to learn how to position an adjective in French in a sentence. So, I'm going to teach you something: the bags trick. Have a look at this acronym, the bags trick. Most adjectives in French are placed after the noun. Okay, this is what you have to know. However, some are not always. These exceptions can usually be put into four categories using the acronym bags. BAGS. Have a look at that. B is for beauty, A is for age, G is for goodness, and S is for size. Let's have a look at each one of them. B stands for beauty. So words such as belle, which is beautiful in a feminine form, belle, which is beautiful in a masculine, words starting with an H or a vowel, beau, which means beautiful as well in a masculine form, and jolie, which means pretty in a feminine form, or jolie without an E means pretty as well in masculine forms. All of these words come before the noun, hence the B in the acronym, which means beauty. You just have to learn them, okay? There are not that many of them. Now, for example, la jolie fille est dans le salon. The pretty girl is in the living room. As you can see, jolie is not placed after the noun fille, but before, because it belongs to one of these bags trick. Now, here's another example. J'ai un bel appartement en ville. Now, belle is placed before appartement and not after, once again, because it belongs to this B category. I have a pretty flat in town. Now, let's have a look at the letter A. A stands for age. So, words such as vieux, which is old in a masculine form, vieille, which is old in a feminine form, vieille, which is old with masculine words starting with an H or a vowel, jeune, which means young in a feminine or masculine form, ancien or ancienne, double N-E, which means ancient, old, or former in a masculine and feminine form. All of these words come before the noun. So let's have a look at an example again. Elle habite dans une vieille maison. She lives in an old house. Ce jeune homme parle très bien le français. This young man speaks French very well. Now, once again, as you can see, the word vieille and jeune are placed before the noun because it belongs to one of these exception adjectives that has a position before the noun, if that makes sense. Okay, let's have a look at the G. So we've done B, we've done A, but G stands for goodness. So words such as bon, which is good in the masculine form, or bonne, double N-E, good in a feminine form, mauvais, which is bad or wrong in a masculine form, or mauvaise, which is bad or wrong in a feminine form, gentil, I-L, masculine, gentille, feminine form, they all come before the noun. So let's have a look at an example. Elle a pris la mauvaise route. She took the wrong road. Road. Tom a donné la bonne réponse. Tom gave the right answer. So as you can see, mauvaise is feminine and it is placed before the word route, which is la route feminine. Hence why we put mauvaise with an E. And same with bonne. It's feminine, double N E, but la réponse. Réponse comes after, okay? And bonne comes before. So again, the position of the adjective here is before the noun. Now, what does the S stands for? S stands for the size. So, grand ou grande, tall or big, masculine or feminine, petit ou petite, masculine, feminine, gros ou grosse, which means fat, okay, masculine, feminine. All of these, grand, petit, grosse, come before the noun as well. So let's have a look at an example. Nous avons un petit chat, mais aussi un grand chien. We have a small cat, but also a big dog. Have a look at petit and grand. Both come before the noun chat, nouns, chat and chien. Okay? J'ai acheté un gros melon au marché. I bought a big fat melon at the market. Now, gros comes before melon. Okay, so we've had a look at bags, the BAGS words, so adjectives that come before the noun. Now remember that most adjectives don't, they come after. So it's quite simple. You just have to learn that list in order to make sure that they come before the noun. It's quite simple. But let's have a look at an exception, or exceptions more like. It is possible to place some of these adjectives that we've just seen after the noun. However, their meaning then varies. For example, the meaning of ancien, grand, or propre will be different if placed after the noun. So you could place it before, it will mean something, but you could equally place it after, it will mean something else. Let's have a look at one example. Un ancien ami means a former friend. And un ami ancien means an old friend. So do you see the subtlety here of the language? Whether the word ancien is placed before, it means something, and ancien is placed after the noun, it means something else. Okay, that's it for me on the back street. Please have a look at this lesson again and try to remember those words that come before the noun. But remember that most of
Okay, so that was a good lecture demonstration and good explanations also given. Now, as Alexa has mentioned over here, the number of French adjectives is not very large, so the range and diversity is not very large. But you do have to remember which are the ones which have adjectives placed before the noun and the ones which have the adjectives after. So you remember the bags formula that she has mentioned. It is a useful one to remember. Okay, okay, helps you to remember. So let's say, suppose I have une ville. Okay, so Yunville is a city or town, you can say. So suppose I say about, I want to say that it's a big town. So there's, I have to say grand or grande. Okay, so Yun Grandville, in Grandville, that is Une grande ville, that is a big city or town. Okay, so this is feminine. If it is masculine, so un appartement grand. Should I say that, or un grand appartement? So you think of that, an appartement grand or grand appartement. I think you'll have to say un grand appartement. A grand appartement. And suppose I have um, plural. So you can say des cuisines grandes. It's like this. Okay, then it goes. So what about again petite? Okay. Uh, so okay, let's talk about some vegetables. You can say mm, un chou-fleur. Okay, or un concombre. Un concombre petite or petit. It will be petit because it's masculine. Un concombre petit. Say une pastèque petite or des pastèques. Des pastèques petites. Okay, let us now watch the second video where we have the range and variety of different adjectives.
Bonjour! Today we are going to learn 100 French adjectives. In French, obviously. French. Okay, I'm going to list 100 adjectives in French. And what I'm going to do, I will give you the masculine version first, sorry, the feminine version. As you know, in France, we have to add an E or put this adjective into a feminine form, okay? And I will translate it as well. So you have the list, you can follow with me or you can guess what they mean, okay? Let's have a look. Start with number 1. And they are by ordre alphabétique, alphabetical order. Here we go. Actif, active, and that means active. Affreux, affreuse, horrible. Aimable, aimable, that means kind. Amical, amical, that means friendly. Ancien, ancienne, that means former. Bavard, bavarde, talkative. Barbon, barbante, that means boring. Bête, bête, that means stupid. Beau, belle, beautiful. Bruyant, bruyante, that means noisy. Capable, capable, that's capable. Chaud, chaude, hot. Chouette, chouette, that means fantastic. Content, contente, that means glad or happy. Confortable, confortable, that's comfortable. Court, courte, that means short. Dangereux, dangereuse, that means dangerous. Dégoûtant, dégoûtante, that means disgusting. Délicieux, délicieuse, delicious. Dernier, dernière, that means last. Difficile, difficile, that means difficult. Doué, doué, talented. Drôle, drôle, funny. Dur, dur, that means hard. Effrayant, effrayante, that means scary. Égoïste, égoïste, that means selfish. Énervé, énervé, that means irritated. Ennuyeux, ennuyeuse, that means boring. Épuisé, épuisé, exhausted. Étrange, étrange, that means strange. Fâché, fâché, that means angry or cross. Facile or facile, that means easy. Faible, faible, it means weak. Fatigant ou fatigante, tiring. Fatigué, fatigué, tired. Fidèle, fidèle, that means loyal or faithful. Formidable, formidable, that means tremendous or great. Fort, forte, that means strong. Fou, folle, that means mad. Froid, froide, cold. Gâté, gâté, spoilt. Gentil, gentille, that means nice. Grand, grande, that means tall. Grave, grave, serious. Gros, grosse, means big or fat. Heureux, heureuse, that means happy. Honnête, honnête, that means honest, 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 can't say it. Important ou importante, that means important. Indépendant ou indépendante, independent. Intelligent, intelligente, intelligent. Intéressant, intéressante, interesting. Jaloux, jalouse, that means jealous. Jeune, jeune means young. Jolie, jolie, that means pretty. Joyeux, joyeuse, that means joyful or happy. Laid, laide, that means ugly. Léger, légère, that means light. Lent, lente, that means slow. Long, longue, that means long, long. Lourd, lourde, that means heavy. Magnifique, magnifique, that's magnificent. Marrant, marrante, that means funny. Mauvais, mauvaise, that means bad. Méchant, méchante, that means nasty, horrible. Médiocre, médiocre, that's mediocre or poor. Meilleur, meilleur, that means better. Même, même, that means the same, same. Merveilleux, merveilleuse, marvelous. Mince, mince, that is thin or slender. Mignon, mignonne, that is cute. Moche, moche, that is ugly. Neuf, neuve, that's it's new. Nouveau, nouvelle, that is new as well. Nul, nul, that means rubbish. Paresseux, paresseuse, that is lazy. Parfait, parfaite, that's perfect. pénible, pénible, that is tiring or painful. Petit, petite, that's small. Positif, positive, that is positive. Prochain, prochaine, that is next. Proche, proche, close. Propre, propre, clean. Rapide, rapide, fast. Réel, réel, that is real. Religieux, religieuse, that's religious. Remarquable, remarquable, outstanding or striking. Sale, sale, that is dirty. Sage, sage, that is wise. Sensible, sensible, that is sensitive. Sérieux, sérieuse, conscientious or serious. Seul, seul, lonely or alone. Silencieux, silencieuse, that means silent. Sportif, sportive, that means sporty. Sympa, sympa, that means nice or pleasant. Timide or timide, that means shy. Tranquille, tranquille, it is quiet. Travailleur, travailleuse, that's hardworking. Triste, triste, that is sad. Vieux, vieille, that means old. Vrai, vrai, that.
Now, that is more than sufficient, I think. The list is very long, doesn't seem like very short. And I think you people would benefit if I could give you a list of complete list of the adjectives, which is what I was going to do. Now, you will notice that most of them have masculine and feminine forms, but some are seen in the masculine and feminine. Like look at Sampa, for example, or timid, or tranquille, okay, or if you look at Trist, okay. So they are similar. The forms of masculine and feminine is similar, but the others they are different. Okay. Now we will look at a third video, which is about the use of prepositions in French. Okay, let us watch this one about the prepositions.
Positions like on, in, next to, and so on. Before you watch lesson 12 on prepositions, I would like to tell you how excited I am to launch my Patreon page campaign. So have a look at it and you will see that I can take your French to the next level. You'll get lots of things and rewards and things like that. So have a look and I really appreciate any support you can give. Thank you very much. And let's get on with the lesson. Okay, let's have a look at some very simple prepositions and try to put them into actions, as in giving you some examples about how to use them. Now, let's have a look at this one. Sur, and sur means on top or on top of as well. Sur. And another one, sous, under, sous, under. Okay, Sous. Now, I know that you're going to say, hold on a minute, sur and sous sound the same, but they don't, okay? Now, sur, look at my mouth, sur, and sous is much, much shorter. Sur, sous, okay? Sur, sous, okay? Try it, try it. Yeah, well done. Sur, sous, well done. Sur on top, sous on the. À côté de, next to. À côté de. Can you say that? À côté de. And do that. À côté de. Next to. Okay? Dans. That's in. Dans. We don't say dance, by the way. Dans. Okay? Devant. That's in front. Devant. And derrière. Ouch. Derrière. Devant, in front. Derrière, behind. Okay. Now let's have a look at it again. Do it with me, and why don't you do the gesture with me? Here we go. Sur. Très bien. Do it. Nobody's watching. Très bien. Sous. Très bien. À côté de. Bravo. Dans. That's in. Dans. Devant. Bravo. Derrière. Très bien. Okay. So obviously you will need to watch this video again to get used to these prepositions. Okay. But let's have a look at a little game here. You see the cat here? Okay. Now, le chat, we call it. Okay. I'm going to ask you, where is the cat? And you will have to answer in the French sentence, saying, for example, the cat is behind the box. Okay. Now, le chat is the cat. La boîte is the box. Okay. Here's the question. Où est le chat? Now think of the prepositions. You've got the prepositions written here. Which one of them are you going to use? Où est le chat? That's right. Le chat est sur la boîte. The cat is on top of the box. Okay? Well done. Here's another one. Ding. Où est le chat? Where is the cat? Now look carefully. Is it sur? Is it sous? Is it dans? Is it à côté de? It is à côté de. Le chat est à côté de la boîte. The cat is next to the box. Okay, le chat est à côté de la boîte. Now here's another one. Où est le chat? Yes, well done. Bravo you. Le chat est dans la boîte. The cat is inside the box or in the box. Le chat est dans la boîte. Here's another one. Où est le chat? It's not sur. It's not dans. It's not à côté de. It is sous la boîte. Under the box. So you would say, le chat est sous la boîte. Well done you. Bravo. Le chat est sous la boîte. Okay. Now here's another one. Où est le chat? Devant. Le chat est devant la boîte. Le chat est devant la boîte. Okay. And here's the last one. Où est le chat? Très bien. Le chat est derrière la boîte. Le chat est derrière la boîte. Okay? Now, it's just a matter of habit, okay? And once you know these prepositions, you can make lots of different sentences, which I would love to see in your examples. For example, you could say, actually, have a look at this image, and can you describe where the cat is? Using everything, the table, using the mouse, using the box. Well, this is what I would say. Le chat est sur la table, dans la cuisine, à côté de la souris qui est devant la boîte. Now, I know it's a long sentence. You think, oh no, I'm not able to do that. But you are. Okay, so look how simple this sentence is. The cat is on the table in the kitchen next to the mouse who is or which is in front of the box. Okay, that's easy. Okay, now what I'd like to do now is for you to make you use your own sentence using the preposition, the simple prepositions we have just seen. Can you do that? Yes, you can. Well done, you. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the lesson as much as I enjoyed teaching you today. That's it. Au revoir. À bientôt. Bisous, bisous.
Okay, so that was all about prepositions, and I think you will find that using the prepositions is not so very difficult. Okay, so I've already given you some sample sentences in the chat box based on the prepositions which were mentioned in the video. Okay, you can take them down. Okay, let me take your attendance now. Okay, I'll just give a few more sentences. Mm, à côté de. Okay. L'école est à côté de le parc. What does the sentence mean? L'école est à côté de le parc. And in front, devant. L'auto est devant la maison. What is the meaning of this one? L'école est là à côté de le parc. That is, the school is next to the park. L'auto est devant la maison. Okay, that is, the car is in front of the house. Okay, and what about derrière? Le tableau est derrière le professeur. The board is behind the professor. Okay. Yes, Shovik, you're right. The school is next to the park. And le chat est sous la table. Hmm. So it's oh sorry, it'll be la table, not le table. So the cat is under the table. Okay. Le tableau est derrière le professeur. The board is behind the professor. The teacher, that is, professor, sorry. Okay, so I've given some more sentences. Now let me take the attendance. Anusuya Das.
Present, sir.
Hmm, thank you. Arpita Chatterjee.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Ayun Mazumdar.
Present, sir.
Hmm. Neha Thakur.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Nilanjana Datta.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Nupur Dhar.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Rahul Prasad.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Shobhik Shaha.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Then Shoham Shaha. Then Showman Chanda.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Soumya Sarkar.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Saurabh Chatterjee.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Okay, that is all, I think. So thank you very much for joining me. Have a good weekend, bon weekend.